Hello, I'm Danielle, your online English speaking tutor. In this video, you will learn how to ask questions politely in English. Are you ready? Great, let's go. When you want to ask a question politely in English, it's best to use the modal verbs could, may, or would. We use each word differently when asking questions, so I'll explain how to use each one along with some examples. Let's start with may. This word is used when you ask others for permission to do something. If you want to leave work early, you will likely need to ask your manager for permission. You could ask, "Can I leave work early today?" However, to sound more polite, ask, "May I leave work early today?" May is mostly used with I, but it can also be used with we. In addition, you can add the word please to the end of your question to sound even more polite. Here are two examples. May I go to the bathroom? May we go to the mall, please? You may also add please after the subject in a question. So, for example, may I please go to the bathroom? However, it may be easier to remember to add please at the end of a question. Next, let's talk about how to use would. You can use would with like when asking someone if they want something. For example, would you like something to eat? Would he like a cup of coffee? Would can also be used with like too. Would you like to have dinner with me? Would she like to go to a basketball game? You can also use would with like to when replying to a question like this. For example, I would like to. You could also say, I would like to have dinner with you, or she would like to go to a basketball game. When using would in this way, you don't need to add please to the end of your question. That's because you're asking someone else if they want something. Please is used when asking others for permission or if they will do something for you. Finally, let's talk about how you may use could or would to ask someone for help or for a favor politely. It's fine to ask, can you? For example, can you open the door? However, to sound polite, replace can with could or would. So instead of saying, can you open the door? Say, could you open the door? Or would you open the door? In this example, you may also use please, and that is because you're asking someone for help or for a favor. So you may say, could you wash the dishes, please? Or would you please bring me a glass of water? Now, it's time for a practice exercise. I would like for you to complete the following questions with could, may, or would. For a little speaking practice, be sure to say the entire question with your answer out loud. You may also repeat the answers after me for additional speaking practice. Let's get started. Blank, I go with you. Blank, we go to the library, please. Blank, you like to study together. Blank, you, please repeat what you said. Blank, he like something to drink. Blank, you send a confirmation email, please. May I go with you? May we go to the library, please? Would you like to study together? Could or would you Please repeat what you said. Would he like something to drink? Could or would you send a confirmation email, please? Good job! Now you know how to ask questions politely in English using the modal verbs could, may, and would. For even more practice with asking questions politely, write your own example questions in a comment below. In my next video, I will talk about how to ask questions politely in English while using indirect questions. If you don't know what an indirect question is, don't worry. In my next video, you'll learn everything you'll need to know. Until then, have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.